Paige. Welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy this video. So yeah, if you are new here, please do stick around. I create lifestyle and homey kind of interior vlogs, but I'm also really into fashion, so I share lots of fashion content. So if you're not following, please do follow along. Hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Plus, you can jump on over and follow me over on Instagram. I'll leave my handle here for you, where I share much more daily updates and lifestyle stuff, plus lots more fashion. So we'll jump right into today's video, which I'm so excited to share with you. This has been a highly requested video for such a long time now, probably the last year or so since we've built this sort of custom built wardrobe. And I think I've just taken so long because I've been a bit of a perfectionist trying to get it all done, trying to sort out how I want it organized and stuff like that. But I'm finally getting around to film it, so I hope you guys enjoy. Please leave any other questions or anything down below in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them. So first up, we moved into this house about 2 years ago now, and this whole wardrobe space was actually non-existent. So this tiny little wardrobe that you can see back here was the only wardrobe in this room. I'll try and insert some photos if you haven't seen what the before looks like. So basically there was no walk-in wardrobe, there was no shelving, hardly anything at all. So we popped in a wall here and we got this all custom designed and built in, which I was really excited about. I'd never really got to work on something like this before, so I was absolutely loving it. We thought really long and hard about the design process. So because it was quite an awkward space in here as well with this sort of slanted wall, we had to kind of get it custom built. So we couldn't really do anything ourselves, which that was fine by me, but we just really needed to make sure we had enough room. I wanted enough drawer space, hanging space, shelving, and then we'll move on to that little bit there. But basically, I worked with the custom built sort of cabinetry people locally here, which I'm so excited about. I'll leave their details down below too, because they were amazing to work with. But yeah, designed all this myself and I'm so happy with how it turned out. So basically, this whole side here, as you can see, you can walk in and we've added these 3 sections here for hanging space. Then we've got drawer space, and all along the top is shelving as well, which I have to say, it actually creates so much storage. So if you have room above your hanging space, I would definitely recommend putting storage up there, because you can pop things up there like I've got, like hats, jumpers, extra big things that you don't really have room for. Or you could also find some really nice baskets or something like that to store away stuff that you don't really want to see, or stuff that you don't want on display. So we've got really great hanging space all along here. This section, I've got my blazers, which you guys know I'm such a huge blazer fan. I'm wearing one of my favorites here today. This one's from Style Addict. But I really wanted to just also, as you can see from our bedroom, this is what's visible. So I really wanted to have like a really nice display. So the blazers look really nice coming in. I've got them in color order. So I really like to organize things in terms of color. So also like how often I wear things. So blazers are something I wear quite often, and they're sort of very trans-seasonal, so they're not something I tend to pack away in the winter or summer, etc. So they're all really nicely laid out here. I also wanted to quickly touch on the coat hangers, because this is something else that I get so many questions about, and I will leave this down below. But I'm a huge fan of these coat hangers. My partner Harry is not. He hates the velvet, but they're really great space savers. So they're really good to fit heaps, like maximize how much clothes you can hang in your wardrobe. I really love this neutral color. You often see them in black or grey, and I searched high and low to find this really gorgeous kind of natural color that I thought would suit my vibe. So I'm really happy with how they turned out. But as you can see, they also just create a really like beautiful aesthetic. They're all really cohesive. Everything looks the same, which I'm really big on. So they fit heaps and heaps, as you can see. I'm a big black blazer fan. But yeah, I've got all my blazers there. So in this section here, I won't open every drawer for you, but I also wanted to touch on organization and space saving as well. Basically this section, I've got the things that I use the most. I've got like my underwear and all of that kind of stuff, socks, pajamas, gym gear, bathers, all of that stuff. Then we move on to this section. Second hanging, I've got all of my knitwear. Again, I love displaying knitwear. Now there's 2 ways you can kind of tend to display your knitwear. Some people prefer to fold it, which I totally understand why. A lot of people like to fold it so that it sort of saves the shoulders. You don't get that drop from hanging, and it sort of doesn't affect your knitwear. But I personally am a big fan of hanging. So if you're building a wardrobe or you've got more hanging space, I think the more you hang things, the more that you get to wear them. So if I had all my knitwear hanging, folded up here, I just feel like I wouldn't wear it as much. And I hate when it's like something's on the bottom pile and you want to try and get it out. It's just like creates a big mess, and I feel like you can't see what you've got. So I love to have things hanging so I can see what I've got. I can sort of ruffle through, pick out an outfit, because I'm very visual and creative when picking my outfits, so I want to be able to see what I've got. So then when we move on to these drawers, this is probably my favorite drawer in the whole wardrobe, so we'll show you this one. This is just sort of like accessories drawer, so I've got sunglasses, I've got some belts, just got some extra things here, wallets, etc. Then this was a really great idea with which I worked with the designers with. We put in this little secret drawer here because I wanted two separate drawers here because the drawers were quite deep. I wanted somewhere to be able to put my jewellery. So as you can see, we've got little bits of jewellery in here, but it's kind of hidden away, which is great. But so I wanted two drawers there, but I didn't want to wreck the aesthetic from the outside. I still wanted the drawers to look the same size. So it's a really great tip if you're able to do that in your wardrobe. Then we move on to things such as jeans. So I've got all my denim folded in here, and these space saving things, again, these are really great. These are just from Kmart, and I will show tag those down below if they're still available, but you can get heaps of things like this. They're just drawer dividers. Great way to fold your denim. Again, I like to have it all like this in color coordinated so that I can see what I've got. So I've got the denim, then again I've got trousers and pants. But again, trousers is also something that I find quite seasonal. So it's currently sort of spring, summer here. So I've got them tucked away. But during winter or peak trouser season, sometimes I will pull out my favorites and perhaps hang them so that you can see them a bit better. But that's a really great way to store all of your stuff. Fits a lot more in the drawers. Then this section here, yeah, again, I've separated this into tops. So this is just basically all kinds of tops. I went with color order. I wasn't sure when I was popping them in whether I wanted to do like by category, but then I thought color would be easy because that's how I get dressed. So I've got shirts, singlets, blouses, plain t-shirts, really pretty things like this, everything in here, all in color coordinated order. I've also got bodysuits. So yeah, it just makes dressing really easily if you go from in color order. As you can tell, and you're probably aware if you watch my channel already, I don't really have any colour. It's all very neutral, so it makes dressing super easy. So then quickly moving on to this side before we go into my favourite part of the wardrobe. This is also another great tip that I have if you're custom building or, yeah, you're just working with what you've already got as well. So when designing this, I also wasn't sure how much long hanging I wanted for things like this, dresses and coats, or whether I wanted double hanging space. So as you can see here, this is Harry's part. He's got some stuff here. He's got t-shirts and his knitwear and shirts and stuff. So it fits perfectly to have two hanging spaces. But a really great tip, which this is what my designers helped do, they actually have two spaces. So all of these have two hanging rails, but the rails actually come out, which is great. So I don't know if you can see, I'll try and show you in there. So there's actually bars, and the bars are tucked away somewhere. So, which I just think is so great, because sometimes you don't know whether you want long hanging, or you might want to move your coats when it's summer, and then you want extra room for shorts and skirts and stuff. So you can take those out, put the rail in, and you've all of a sudden got double hanging. So I just thought that was such a great idea. It was something I'd never really seen before in terms of, yeah, maximizing your space. So that's definitely a tip that I would use. But again, I definitely recommend trying to have lots of long hanging. If you like me, got lots of dresses. I'm really into midi dresses and stuff like that, which are huge at the moment. So I've got all my dresses here sorted into, again, colour. So I've got knit dresses, some of my absolute favourite dresses in here. This one's gorgeous. Yeah, again in colour order. Then we've got coats, which I have a lot more coats than this, but I've sort of culled it because, again, it's coming into summer here, so I don't really need coats at the moment. So I've just kept some of my favourites, and I packed the others away during the summer. This little Ottoman, this is something that I just picked up from Kmart. It actually, I've only had this for quite a few months, but it's actually been a really good addition. It's really great to sort of sit down if you need to put your shoes on, or you're just sort of piling stuff up there. I try to keep it quite neat, but yeah, I think it's really great to have something. Depends if you have heaps of space. You'll see sometimes people have a big Ottoman in the middle of their wardrobe, but if you don't have heaps of space like that, a little one like this is even just great, yeah, as I said, to pop your shoes on, sit down on. And speaking of shoes, so this is probably my whole favourite part of the whole wardrobe, which I know that you guys are will be so excited to check out. So basically, this, as I was saying earlier, was the wardrobe. They had a little rail in here, like hanging rail and a shelf, and I think that was all. So this was pretty much everything this whole room had. So we knocked that out, and because of the way the structural like the house is structured, there's actually a flue here for our wood fire, so this actually couldn't get moved, but I was happy to kind of keep this separate. So other than that, if you didn't have a space like this to pop your bags and shoes, you could easily store them down here, up above, or you could put shoes. Sometimes I've kept shoes in the drawers, like sandals and sneakers and stuff like that. Very trans-seasonal pieces. But I was really excited to sort of design this in terms of display. So I was really wanting it to feel like everything's on display. It looks pretty. It's kind of doesn't serve, I mean, it is functional, but I was kind of thinking more of a design, from a design point of view. So I wanted to be able to share all my bags, my shoes. Again, they're in colour order, but they're also in kind of, I guess, yeah, type as well, like heels, sandals. Starting at the top, we've got some of my bigger bags that I kind of just store up there. I've got some boxes and stuff. So as you can see, yeah, I've got my favourite bags up there. My Loewe basket bag, which is one of my favourites. Also, my Saint Laurent tote would have to be one of my most used bags. Then you come down and again, I've got all of my smaller and mid-sized bags. They're all tucked away behind each other there. Yeah, some of my favorites. And again, I find it really easy to go in color order, so that once you've picked your outfit, it's just really easy to sort of grab a bag that matches. And yeah, I just love displaying them like this. I feel like it just inspires me as well when I'm going into my wardrobe. Then we've got shoes, we've got sandals, some of my favorites. And then we sort of move on. Again, they're in colour order. Yeah, so some of my favourites would be here. These are my recent purchase, which I got a few months ago. They're my absolute favourites. These are the Oran tan sandals from Hermes, which I can't wait to wear so much more now that we've actually finally got some warmer weather. Then we've got sort of my daytime kind of flats, which I absolutely love. My other favourites would have to be, these will be my most worn shoe. Hands down, they've had a trashing, but they're still in such good condition. These are just the Princeton Loafers from Gucci. These are the black ones. Again, I've had these, I think I've had these for probably like 5 or 6 years now, and I've worn these to death, so they're definitely a favourite. Another favourite of mine is Nicholas Kirkwood. I don't know if you guys would have seen, or if you follow me over on Instagram, I had the black pair for quite a few years, so these ones have got heaps of wear out of them as well. But I recently got the beige colour last year, and I absolutely love them. I just think they're really nice to have. Sometimes it's nice to have a pointed shoe. I think it really elongates your legs and it's really flattering. So I love, love, love those ones. Yeah, then we've got heels in colour order again. Then we go to mid-sized boots, like small boots, down the bottom as well. I really wanted to have this bottom section big enough to fit my knee-high boots and bigger stuff. So that's why I've sort of gone for extra space down the bottom. And then, yeah, I just absolutely love how it came together. I think it just shows everything so nicely. And again, I just get really inspired when getting dressed every day. So that's a big thing that a lot of people sort of ask or aren't sure of. I just think if you have the space, or even if you don't, so if you've got the space, I think it's beautiful to have everything on display so that it can inspire you when getting dressed. But if you don't have the space, just pick maybe your favorite few pairs of shoes or bags that you use often, or the things that go with the most, and just sit them out so that when you're getting dressed you can sort of visualize your outfit, you can pick your accessories. It just makes getting dressed a bit more fun. It's not like a chore, and I think you just feel more creative. I definitely feel more inspired, so I'm so happy with how that turned out. I hope you guys really enjoyed checking out my wardrobe. I don't know what else to show you. I feel like, yeah, it's just really great to sort of see everything come together, and when you work on something and you have a vision in your head, it's so exciting to see it come to life. And I'm so happy with how all the finishings turned out as well. The brass, so we've got brass throughout our house, so I thought this would be a nice touch as well. It's quite modern, but it's also like really fresh. I love how the handles turned out. They're nice and big, and again, this is probably my favorite. I'm so happy with how the wardrobe turned out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have anything else, let me know in the comments down below what else you want to see, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you in my next video.
Give me love, give me all your love, oh, 'cause